Well, this is to all buyers out there. Congratulations, you are now under contract. So now what? This video goes in detail about all the next steps from contract acceptance, you got the offer accepted, and all the way up until closing. So stick around. If you're new to my channel and want more videos like this, please subscribe below. Especially if you're going through this process right now, I'll answer any questions. Here is what is in store for you for the coming weeks. To begin with, you may be asked to drop off the earnest money at the title company. You might have given it to your agent already, but if not, you haven't. So just go drop it off. They can tell you the location nearest to you. And this typically has to happen within 5 business days. Really, you just want to drop it off right away. Your agent will have sent the contract to the title company, and so that's just kind of what gets them started on ordering the title. Next, you want to find the inspector you want to use and get that scheduled right away. In your contract, you did state a certain number of days where you would need to get the inspection scheduled. And you try to get the majority of repairs happen in that, but you definitely have to get the inspection scheduled during that time frame. And I definitely highly suggest working with a licensed inspector. You don't need to be licensed in Kansas, so I highly suggest working with a licensed inspector that has to go to classes and get updated. Make sure when you hire the inspector, you let them know you want a termite report. Typically, they'll get this scheduled for you and typically send you the report as well. And if you are looking to get a radon test done, same thing. Radon tests, they usually drop it off 3 days before and they pick it up at the inspection. So after the contract is pending, you do have 5 business days to call other banks if desired. You did your pre-qual, but this gives you time to shop banks, shop interest rates, shop different programs, and you may end up going with, let's say, an FHA from a conventional or tweaking some things. If it's FHA to conventional or something like that, you do need to change it on the contract. Your agent will alert you about that. And now once you do have your lender, make sure your agent has that contact info. They'll typically contact the lender to find out when the appraisal is scheduled, and then kind of follow up throughout the process down the road just to say, hey, have you heard back? And alert you once they know the appraisal. But that comes a few weeks later, closer to closing time. It does take time to get an appraisal back. So when you schedule the inspection report, you will be meeting, your agent and yourself will be meeting the inspector there. You've got a couple hours, they go through everything, you have time to take measurements. I consider it kind of like another bonding time, you know, kind of figure out where you can put, you know, furniture, what kind of fridge you might need to get. Next time you're probably going to see the houses during the final walkthrough which happens right before closing. At the end of the inspection, your inspector will go over everything they found. They'll kind of tell you what the honeydew tasks are, what is normal for this age of home, and what stuff to ask for in the repairs. Our agent will also need to hear all this from the inspector because they're the ones going to be writing it up and pointing, hey, on this page, here's this, and this page here. And if a radon's done at this point, it will be picked up. If it is below a 4.0 number, it's good to go. If it's higher than that, you can ask for radon mitigation on the repair request, and the termite report will be sent to you at this point as well. Your termite person was probably there during the inspection and kind of told you there's termites or none, and that would be included in the repair report as well. And that that's a separate report, and that actually does have to be done by the seller. Once you submit the repair request to the other agent, the sellers have 3 business days to respond. Once agreed upon by both parties, everything to repair, basically they have, you know, till closing to kind of get everything done. You typically ask for receipts to come a couple days before closing, so you will see the receipts. And then when you do schedule the final walkthrough and walk through it, that's your time to look over all the repairs and check out, make sure they were all done. Now, as a buyer is nearing closing, the appraisal should be coming in at any point, so your agent's probably in touch with the lender, kind of waiting to hear back. Is it in? Did it appraise? Most of the time it appraises. If not, there's going to be some more negotiations. So now you are nearing the end. At this point, you will schedule the final walkthrough. Many clients tend to schedule it the night before. You also want to make sure it's in the same shade. Nothing odd has changed at this point, but the same manner that you saw it in, and it's still in, it's also written into the contract. It's got to be given to you in a like or same manner. You'll also be required to sign a form like that you're accepting this as is. It tells you at that point, make sure to change the locks, change any codes. Of course, if there's any issues on the repair, you will address those. And also be sure to contact the utility companies, get that turned on the day of closing. And hopefully at this point you've lined up the movers, have been packing, and are ready to go. And right before closing, you will get a settlement statement. This, your agent will look through all the finances at this point, make sure everything's all lined up. If there's any tweaks, they'll probably take care of that before they send it over to you for review. And it tells you what is due at closing. And any monies over $2,500 will need to be in certified funds, typically a money order that you would bring to closing with you. So ta-da, you've made it to closing day. Congratulations. I hope you're all boxed up, like I said, ready to go. It's been quite the journey at this point, and I bet you're excited to kind of get all moved in and start your new adventure. Well, there you have it, buyers. It's from pending to closing, from acceptance to moving, and basically all the steps in between. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot from this. I love hearing from you, so please write any questions, especially if you're going through this right now, in the comment section below. I do answer all of them, and I do have a quick freebie sheet below, so please click that link. It kind of just gives a summary recap of everything that was discussed in this video today. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you, and have a great day.